Welcome to my channel. Thanks, watch and like and subscribe. We begin with the word, for the word is the root of all manifestation. All things begin in spirit and are born into form through the power of divine speech. Your million does not begin in the bank. It begins on your lips. Speak it and you sow it. Deny it and you delay it. Life and death, wealth and lack, abundance and struggle all lie in the power of the tongue. When you say, I am a millionaire, you are not lying. You are aligning. You are claiming your inheritance from the infinite source that knows no limits. There is no falsehood in speaking what is true in spirit, even before it takes form in matter. You are not bound by what your eyes see, but by what your heart believes and your tongue declares. Speak the million, not the mess. Speak the vision, not the void. The subconscious mind does not argue. It accepts every word you say, every thought you repeat as law. The words you say consistently with emotion and authority are impressed into this invisible soil, and from that soil your harvest grows. Many speak poverty fluently, unaware they are prophesying their own lack. They say, I can't afford that, or I'm always broke, and the universe echoes back, as you wish. You must reverse the tongue to reverse the tide. Start now to speak as one who already possesses. Not I want to be a millionaire, but I am a millionaire by divine right. The desire to be wealthy is not greed, it is guidance. It is the whisper of your higher self calling you into your destined greatness. You are not begging for money. You are blessing yourself with truth. You are not pleading with the universe. You are commanding with divine authority. It is essential that your words be spoken with conviction. Weak words birth weak results. But when you declare with faith, the universe rearranges itself to match your vibration. Speak as one who knows. I am a magnet for divine wealth. Money flows to me from seen and unseen sources. I give generously, receive graciously, and multiply divinely. These are not empty affirmations. They are sacred keys. Each declaration opens a door in the invisible. Now understand this. There is no power in speaking words once and forgetting them. You must speak daily, hourly, moment by moment if needed, until the words take root in your being. Repetition is recognition. When a word is repeated with feeling, it becomes etched into the subconscious. Say it until you feel it, and then say it because you feel it. That is the law. If you say, I am a millionaire, and then contradict it with worry, doubt, or complaining, you dilute the power of your decree. Do not dig up your seed with anxious thoughts. Declare and release. Declare and trust. I am a millionaire is not only a financial statement, it is a spiritual frequency. It's not about the numbers in your account, but the vibration of your soul. And once the soul vibrates wealth, the form must follow. You are not creating wealth. You are revealing it. All that you desire already exists in divine substance. When you speak wealth, you claim what is already yours. The supply is there, waiting to be shaped by your words and beliefs. There is $1 million idea ready to be spoken. $1 million opportunity waiting to be called forth. $1 million connection already prepared by divine design. But these things come only when the tongue speaks in alignment with the truth of abundance. So declare often. Declare without apology. Declare with sacred defiance against every false belief that tells you it's not possible. Write your words down. Speak them aloud. Post them where your eyes can see. Flood your world with words of wealth until lack has no room to breathe. And above all, speak with joy. The language of wealth is not one of struggle or stress. Speak as if your treasure has already been delivered, for in truth it has. The moment you believe and declare, your million begins its journey to you. It comes not through striving, but through alignment, and alignment begins with the word. Let your words be a vessel for divine substance. Let them carry the seed of your future wealth. Do not say what you see. Say what you want to see. Say it with power. Say it with gratitude. Say it until your spirit shouts in agreement, and heaven moves on your behalf. Let the poor say, I am rich. Let the doubtful say, I believe. Let the weary say, I am restored. Let the struggling say, I am prospered beyond measure. Speak your million, and your million will speak back. See it before you touch it in the realm of spirit. Sight always precedes substance. The world you see with your physical eyes is but a shadow of the world that exists first in consciousness. Before any mansion rose from the earth, it was built in the mind of its architect. Before a single coin rang out in the hand, it was summoned through invisible faith. So it is with your million. You must see it with inner sight before your hands ever hold it. What you picture, you possess. What you focus on with love, faith, and certainty will be drawn unto you by spiritual law. You are not trying to make a million appear. You are tuning your soul to receive what is already yours in divine substance. This substance is formless, limitless, and ever ready to take shape through the power of imagination. Imagination is not idle fantasy. It is divine blueprint. Every great inventor, every artist, every builder of empires saw their creation within before it ever stood without. The imagination is the womb of spirit, and when you fill it with the image of abundance nurtured by belief and emotion, the universe begins the unseen labor of bringing it forth. So see it, clearly, boldly, lovingly. Close your eyes and build it. Not in misty hope, but in glorious detail. See the million in your hands. See the numbers written in your account. Feel the texture of the check, the weight of the success. See yourself walking in confidence, making generous choices, blessing others from your overflow. Visualize your home, your surroundings, your schedule, your bank, not with longing, but with possession. The great secret is this: the subconscious cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is vividly imagined. If you see it enough and feel it as done, it will begin to draw circumstances, people, and events that mirror your vision. That is the law. But be warned, many see lack with more devotion than they see abundance. They rehearse images of bills, failures, and disappointments with such focus that their life becomes a reflection of that fear. What you fear, you feed. What you dwell upon, you draw near. So guard your inner screen. Cast out the picture of poverty. Refuse to rehearse struggle. Tear down the images of limitation and rebuild your vision on the foundation of divine plenty. When the outer world contradicts your inner picture, do not be moved. This is the test of faith. Hold your vision steady. Say within, I walk by faith, not by sight. My inner eye sees beyond appearances. My million is already mine. Trust that what you see in the spirit is more real than what you touch in the flesh. For the invisible controls the visible. Create sacred time each day to practice your inner seeing. Sit quietly, remove all doubt, and paint with the brush of the soul. Make your vision so rich in color and feeling that the universe must respond. Combine it with gratitude, not for what is coming, but for what already exists in the unseen. Feel the joy now. That feeling is the signal that activates the law. If distractions or doubts creep in, as they often will, gently return to your vision. Treat it as your spiritual home, the place where your future lives. Every time you visit that image, you water it. And every time you water it, you strengthen its roots in the realm of manifestation. You must also speak life into your vision. As you see it, affirm it. Say, I see my wealth, and it is good. I see my abundance, and it is done. I see divine supply flowing into every area of my life. My imagination is aligned with infinite substance, and my vision is taking form now. These words do not just describe your vision, they activate it. If you have trouble seeing it, ask your higher self for help. Say, a spirit within, show me the life you desire for me. Illuminate the vision of my wealth. Make it clear, make it strong, make it real to me. Then trust what you are shown. Even a flicker of divine vision can light the path forward. Children understand this law instinctively. They play as if it is already true. They wear crowns of cardboard and rule kingdoms unseen. They do not need proof, only belief. Become as a child in your imagination. Dream with purity. Picture with excitement. Do not ask a how, only ask a what, and the how will be added unto you. Your million is already prepared in the warehouse of spirit, but it must be claimed with vision. When you see it, truly see it, you awaken the laws that govern wealth. Circumstances begin to bend. Time begins to collapse. You step out of limitation and into divine flow. The more clearly you see, the more quickly you receive. Do not underestimate the power of one clear, consistent vision held in faith. It is the blueprint of all creation. And as surely as night turns to dawn, what is held in the inner eye shall take form in the outer world. Act as if it is already done. There is no waiting in divine law. The moment a desire is planted in the heart by spirit, the answer is already given in the invisible. Heaven never withholds, it only awaits your agreement. And that agreement is made not by begging or striving, but by walking, speaking, thinking, and living as if the thing desired were already so. Act as if it is already done, and the universe rushes to meet your command. To act as if is not to pretend, it is to align. It is to stand in the vibration of fulfillment before any outer evidence has appeared. It is to say with your actions, I trust the unseen more than the seen. I trust the law more than the delay. I walk in faith, not in fear. You must become what you seek in spirit and in movement, so the law has no choice but to reflect your consciousness in form. The millionaire does not wait for the money to arrive before thinking abundantly. They think richly now. They give freely now. They invest in themselves, speak with authority, and carry the inner posture of wealth before a single dollar appears. This is spiritual congruence, when your inner world and outer behavior are one. When you move as if it is done, you unlock hidden doors. Divine guidance becomes louder. Opportunities begin to arise. The right people are drawn to your energy, not because of what you say, but because of who you are being. The law does not respond to what you want, it responds to who you are being. You must become the frequency of the thing you desire. Every action is a declaration of belief. When you act as if you are already prosperous, you affirm your trust in divine supply. You are no longer trying to get something. You are simply receiving what is yours by divine right. You are not pushing, you are allowing. The energy shifts from desperation to dominion. Take inspired action daily. Even if the step is small, take it in the energy of completion. Send the email, open the account, dress in excellence, speak words of increase, walk with the knowing that unseen forces are moving on your behalf. Do not wait until the circumstances look right. They will never look right until you do. When you move, the energy moves. There is great power in preparation. When you prepare the way, you show that you expect the good to arrive. Set the table before the feast comes. Clean the house before the guest arrives. Build the structure for the wealth you know is coming. The subconscious mind understands symbolic action. It reads your preparation as faith and responds accordingly. To act as if is to break the spell of limitation. It is to refuse to bow to appearances and to instead live by higher law. It is to say, though I see no sign, I know it is done. And the law will always honor that knowing. Life is but a mirror of your belief. And when belief is matched by movement, manifestation must follow. You cannot say, I am rich and walk like a beggar. You cannot affirm abundance and hoard in fear. Your actions must sing the same song as your declarations. Let your entire being testify to the truth that your good is here now. Some will say, but what if I act and nothing happens? And to that spirit replies, a something is always happening. Every act taken in faith releases unseen energies. Every movement in alignment with divine vision is planting a seed. The flower does not bloom the moment the seed is sown, but it has already begun its becoming. Be not anxious. Be not hurried. To act as if is also to rest in the divine timeline. It is to know that delay is not denial, and that what is yours can never be withheld. Every step, no matter how small, is sacred when it is taken in trust. You do not need to force the outcome. You only need to hold the posture of the outcome already fulfilled. Move like a millionaire now, not with arrogance but with assurance, not in excess but in excellence. Honor the abundance you already have. Celebrate what's present as if it were already multiplied. The universe does not respond to need, it responds to certainty. To act as if is to co-create with the divine. It is to rise each morning and live in agreement with the life you've claimed. It is to hold your head high, give thanks in advance, and let every step proclaim. It is done in the invisible, and I walk as its witness. Clear the mental and emotional blocks. Your wealth is not waiting in the distant future. It is already prepared in the realm of spirit. What holds it back is never divine reluctance, but human resistance. You are not being tested by the universe. You are being prepared. You are not being punished. You are being refined. And so, to become a clear channel for your million, you must first clear the inner road of debris, the old beliefs, the hidden fears, the crust of doubt that blocks the flow of divine substance. The law is always working, always. Abundance is forever seeking to express itself through you, as surely as the river seeks the ocean. But if your thoughts are full of unworthiness, fear, or resentment, the divine supply is dammed up by your own mental atmosphere. You must unclog the channel. You must release what no longer serves. You must dare to believe that your good comes not by labor, but by alignment. Lack is never outside. It is a reflection of the thoughts you have accepted and the feelings you have nourished. The poverty is not in your pocket, but in your pattern. And patterns can be replaced. Words can be re-spoken. Thoughts can be renewed. When you change the inner, the outer must follow. Begin by identifying the lies you've believed. The lie that says you must suffer for your success. The lie that says money is sinful or that you are not worthy of luxury and ease. These are not holy beliefs. They are hand-me-down fears, passed from generation to generation, accepted without question. But you are not here to repeat the old story. You are here to rewrite it in gold. Speak aloud. I now release every belief in struggle. I dissolve every vow of lack. I forgive myself for past missteps. I am cleansed of fear and open to receive my divine inheritance. These are not merely words, they are spiritual surgery. Each affirmation cuts the cord of illusion and brings you closer to truth. Forgiveness is one of the greatest unblockers of all. Bitterness corrodes prosperity. Resentment holds you in a loop of lack. When you bless those who have wronged you, especially around money, you break the spell of poverty. You lift yourself out of the pit of judgment and into the light of divine compensation. Forgive them, not because they deserve it, but because you do. Forgive yourself too. Guilt is a thief dressed in righteousness. It whispers that you are unworthy and therefore keeps your good just out of reach. But guilt has no place in the divine mind. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are spirit clothed in form, perfect, whole, and abundantly supplied. Accept yourself as worthy now, and all that you desire will begin to draw near. Fear is another shadow that must be faced. Fear of losing, fear of judgment, fear of stepping into too much light. These are ghosts of the ego, not truths of the soul. Look them in the eye and speak. You have no power here. I am one with divine mind, and fear cannot live where love is. Every time you affirm truth in the face of fear, you weaken its grip. To clear the blocks, you must also clear the language. What you say daily becomes your decree. Cancel every idle word that affirms limitation. Replace them with words of power. I am rich in substance, rich in spirit, rich in ideas. Divine wealth flows to me effortlessly. I am ready to receive. Your words dig the path for your blessings to walk upon. Let go of the need to control how your wealth will come. Mental control is a block in disguise. The ego demands to know every detail, but spirit flows where there is surrender. Say, I do not need to know how. I only need to know that it is already done. I trust the divine plan, which unfolds in perfect timing. This trust clears the final veil. As you release, you rise. As you forgive, you attract. As you declare, you align. The divine flow is always seeking you. You must simply make yourself available. Just as the sun needs only a clean window to shine through, so spirit needs only an unblocked mind to pour in its treasure. You do not need to work harder. You need to release deeper. You do not need to prove anything, only to permit everything. The million is not a reward. It is your reflection, waiting for the mirror of your mind to be polished clean. Strip away the false and only the truth remains. You were born for abundance and the way is now being made straight. Give, praise, and receive with grace. The law of prosperity is not built upon hoarding or withholding. It is built upon circulation. Divine substance flows like a river, not a reservoir. When you give freely, praise joyfully, and receive openly, you enter the holy rhythm of increase. Your million does not come from clinging tightly to what you have, but from releasing it with trust and receiving it with gratitude. That is the sacred dance of abundance. Giving is the signal that you trust the source. When you give, not from duty, but from joy. Not from fear, but from faith. You open yourself as a vessel through which divine riches can pass. Money must move to multiply. It is like blood in the body. When it flows, it brings life. When it stagnates, it brings decay. To withhold out of fear is to choke your own supply, but to give in love is to declare, I do not lack. I live under grace, and my supply is limitless. You are not giving to others. You are giving through them to the infinite. Every dollar you bless and send forth returns to you multiplied and magnified through perfect channels. Give where you are led by inner guidance. Let no gift be forced. A dollar given in fear drains the spirit, but a coin given in joy opens floodgates. Let your giving be intelligent, inspired, and intuitive. You may give in money, in time, in words, in attention, in prayer. All are currency in the invisible economy, and remember, no one is ever impoverished by giving. It is impossible. For as surely as you give, so shall it be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Praise is the fertilizer of manifestation. What you praise increases. When you praise your finances, they expand. When you praise others' success, you draw your own closer. Praise keeps your focus on the good, which in turn multiplies the good. Say aloud, often and sincerely, I praise the wealth I see. I praise the wealth I feel. I praise divine supply, active in every area of my life. To complain is to curse your harvest. To worry is to speak weeds into your field. But praise is rain and sunlight for your soul's garden. If you do not yet see the million, praise it anyway. If the bank account is low, praise the divine law that never fails. Say, I give thanks for the millions that are already mine in spirit. I praise the divine timing that brings them forth. I praise the unseen forces working in my favor. Even in apparent lack, find something to bless. The smallest coin, when blessed, becomes a seed. Hold it in your hand and say, you are divine substance in visible form. I bless you and release you, knowing you return to me tenfold. That is not fantasy, that is faith. And faith is the power that pulls heaven into earth. Receiving is as holy as giving. Many block their blessings by refusing to receive with grace. Pride says, I don't need help. Guilt says, I don't deserve this. Fear says, what if it doesn't last? All are lies. To receive is not to take, it is to allow. You do not steal the gift. You step into the stream of divine provision. Say often, I am open to receive, a welcome unexpected blessings. I receive with joy, with ease, with thanksgiving. Allow compliments, accept gifts, welcome support. The one who cannot receive in small things will never be ready for greater things. Receiving is a sign that you believe in your worth, and the universe always agrees with your self-concept. And as you give, praise, and receive, let gratitude be your atmosphere. Gratitude keeps the windows of heaven open. It is not reserved for the final arrival. It is the magnet that brings arrival near. Say it now. A thank you, infinite spirit, for the wealth that is mine. Thank you for the divine order that governs my finances. Thank you for the overflow I am stepping into. Let thanksgiving go before you as a trumpet, announcing your miracle in advance. When you move in this triad, giving freely, praising faithfully, and receiving fully, you live in divine rhythm. You are no longer a beggar knocking at a locked gate. You are an heir moving through open doors. Your life becomes a fountain, ever flowing, ever rising, ever blessing. For the law of circulation never fails, and what you send out in joy must return in kind, multiplied, magnified, and made holy.